right, so during the break, we were talking about our Uber rankings, just because it's the Young Turks and we like to have fun. And Michael, were you saying that with other coworkers that you're
with other we talk about our Uber ratings,
and like you talk about who's got the better rating, and it's kind of a bit of a competition.
Yeah.
So I'm going to help you out here because I found the secret formula for higher rankings.
Oh my God.
But I'll tell you about that after we play the game. First, the game is higher or lower. Okay, so John, what is your Uber rank? First of all, what's your Uber rank at the level?
4.83.
4.83. That's I think my sense of it is that's very good. And Michael's trying to get it to be good because he's in a competition with others.
I know, but there's only so much trying you can do. One thing we did learn, which was a defeat for one of my other colleagues, was that the tip you leave in Uber, the driver has no idea who left the tip. It just goes into their account, but they don't know which ride it came from. So
really?
You don't get yes, you don't get credit for your tip. And a driver also told me that most people don't tip.
Oh, I've asked
I didn't know for a long time that you even could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they make it pretty obvious now. Yeah.
I assumed the pricing was always built that was
right, which is what the drivers there were upset about, and then
So I asked, and I might have talked about this in a previous post game. If I remember right, some of you members might remember than me what my story about it was. But the person told me about a third tip, and in the app, and a third tip in person
with cash,
and a third don't tip at all.
This guy told me that most. One driver, but most people don't tip.
Yeah, I might be remembering that wrong because that also seems like strikes a chord like that.
Yeah.
That it was like low. Yeah. Anyway, but I didn't know that it doesn't count on the app. So that's it. I'm done with the app. If I'm going to tip at all, I'm like, this is my tip for you. I'm not saying anything about my rating.
Why don't you say something about your rating? What is your rating?
And then you high five them.
Yes. So now that brings us to our game. John, what is your Uber rating?
My rating is a 4.74.
So obviously John is a monster.
I'm horrible.
Ben is 4.75, so John is within striking distance.
If you are more disliked than Ben Mankiewicz in confined spaces, that's tough.
Yeah. I think I might know why my rating is kind of lower. And to the extent that a single ride can really lower your rating,
right.
I had a pretty bad one. So, are you guys familiar with Cookie Puss?
The Carvel, the
Carvel classic cake?
No, that's the one that got Joe Arpaio to say he gives blowjobs to Donald Trump.
Yeah, that was OMG Cookie Puss OMG.
Okay.
So I had to bring a Cookie Puss to an Archer viewing party at Brett Ehrlich's place. Because we love Archer.
That is a sentence I did not think I would.
No, I'm just trying.
I obviously had to bring a Cookie Puss to an Archer viewing party at Brett Ehrlich's.
Time out for 1 second, John. Cookie Puss is the exact same shape as Fudgy the Whale. They just design it differently.
I don't know if it's the
same
shape,
mold.
But it has
it's the same mold.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Well, it has the cone, and it looks crazy. It's like what we used to think was cute back in the 70s, but it's actually scary. And also, it tastes weird. And it doesn't melt, which is weird for ice cream. But anyway, I had to bring it there, and it doesn't melt all the way, I should say. And so I bring it into the ride, and it starts to melt, obviously.
I thought you just said it doesn't melt.
It doesn't melt all the way. It doesn't melt all the way. And so it starts melting into my pants, and there's nothing I can do. Like I can't. It's like melting and dripping down.
Yeah. No, guys, that's what happened. It was ice cream that melted into his pants.
No, it was melting.
While notice in my hands earlier, like he was saying that it doesn't melt. But anyway, okay, keep going.
So look,
Trump.
I had a problem on my hands, and there was nothing I could do about it. Like I couldn't even take off my overshirt to put it under because I can't put it down. It's a melting cake.
The problem you had on your hands was that you were about to get 1 star from your driver.
Exactly, but that's not the bad thing. It wasn't the dripping inside that did it. I came up with an ingenious idea. What I thought is, it's cold at this point. It's relatively winter. I need to cool this thing down, plus stop it from dripping inside. So I will hold it out the window.
Oh, you're an idiot.
Which it turns out is an exhausting exercise.
That is surprisingly stupid coming from you.
Right. What's unbelievable is that Ben is just 4.75, 1/10 better than you
without the Cookie Puss.
Without the Cookie Puss, or
so
100.
If you haven't already figured out what happened, it continued to melt. It did not suddenly freeze in the Arctic LA air. And when I got out of the car, it was just along the side.
All over the car.
The side of the car was just covered in cookie puss.
You're
And so I wiped it down and stuff, but they charged me after to get it
they
clean.
charged you?
Yeah, they
charged
charged
you?
me to clean the car.
I've never even
After,
heard of that.
did you
Oh,
tell?
it's totally justified.
Did you tell the guy?
Yeah, no, I told him.
Was he cool about it or was he pissed?
I think it was she charged me, even though I cleaned it. But
Yeah.
though understandable. It was cookie puss. It was everywhere, and it tasted a little bit weird, but it was still fun.
She was like, I thought you said it didn't melt. Okay, so these are, by the way, the kind of conversations we have in the post game.
Exactly.
If you're interested, tyt.com/join. All right, now
I'm wrong about Cookie Puss. Cookie Puss is not the same as Fudgy the Whale. Fudgy the Whale's the same as a different one. Cookie Puss.
Okay.
They use a different
Both
one for
classics.
every holiday, but yeah, okay.
who names a kid's ice cream Cookie Puss? That seems more controversial than it should be. But it was the 70s. I mean, back then they wouldn't even freeze an ice cream cake for a gay wedding. Okay, does that make sense? I think that makes sense as a joke. Okay.
It's a long way to go. But
Yes, well, but we got there. We got there. John's rating is a 4.74, and we're finally at the game. Cenk's rating is higher or lower? Higher or
Then
lower?
John's?
Than John's. I just checked
You
it.
did say that you'd uncovered the secret to a high score.
No, that's
Don't
from
bring
Craig.
cookie puss.
That's
oh,
from
okay,
Craig.
there you go.
Yeah.
Yours
Studio
is-
Cruz all voting
yeah,
lower.
look at that unanimity.
Yours is
Oh
lower.
no,
I'm saying lower.
We've got one higher.
Mixed results.
I'm saying lower.
I'm going to say
Okay.
lower.
Overwhelmingly lower is the correct is the answer that you guys are giving. There's insanity in the control room tonight. Okay, but higher.
Wow, we had one winner. It was just one winner.
Yeah, it was 5-1, but Andrew Gillum the winner on audio.
Shocker.
All right.
Politico with a headline.
Is there anybody lower than John in the control room on their Uber ratings? Have you guys
Anyone
checked your Uber?
watching?
No, apparently no. Nobody's lower than John.
John is the lowest person we know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and every morally, physically. What was your rating?
4.78.
Oh, come
Wow.
on. Margin.
I can't believe you guys in the 4.7s. It's embarrassing.
I just like to get in an Uber and not talk. That's what I want.
No, I make all my business calls when I'm driving, when I'm in the Uber. So I'm surprised my rating isn't lower.
Right.
But I do the thing of like, sorry, but I got to make a call, right?
Wendy's rating for you is lower.
Oh, the Wendy rating for Jake is like she won't even allow me in her car. Anyway, and she made me wash it. Last thing on this, this could help you in your competition, Michael. Craig, our stage manager, unsurprisingly, with the highest score here.
Wow.
If you'd asked me to guess, I would have guessed that. Oh, Skip has a higher
has-
score? Oh,
What's Skip's score?
5.94?
4.95.
4.9.
He has a 4.95. Jeez, what
Skip
do you
has
do?
taken 4 Ubers.
No.
Every night.
Every night he takes an Uber? Wow. What do you do for those guys,
Wow.
Skip?
Yeah.
Jesus,
Hold
what
on,
mercy.
2 updates crowdsourced from
We're having
the
fun
audience.
here, John. You're coming in with a.
It's updates about this, not about politics.
Oh,
So,
thank God.
Thank
Country Crypto says, hashtag TYT Live. That's not true, Michael. I drive Uber and we can go through and see which rides tipped us.
Oh.
But we rate you immediately after the trip is done.
That's what the guy said. So it can't.
Okay.
You know what? I'm sorry.
We found it after.
He's right, and I misreported that.
See, what
it
did I-
doesn't. You can't rate. You can't get your next. I believe. He'll
Ride
correct me if
until
I'm
you
right.
rate.
You can't get your next ride until you rate, and you can't see what the tip was until after you rate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. First of all, fake news.
Right.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
And second of all, what do I tell you? We're not the Young Turks. You're the Young Turks.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you for editing that.
Important historical context here from congressional baseball fan who says, speaking of ice cream in Arizona, Doug Ducey calls himself the ice cream man because he was the CEO of Cold Stone.
Is that
They don't.
right?
They do not make Cookie Puss. I just want to be clear.
They don't.
Yeah, but
That's
Colestone's
Carvel.
kind of good. I'm kind of disappointed.
I like that. Well,
Yeah.
I prefer Amy's
It
ice
does
cream,
actually.
but
You know what's ridiculous it made me like Doug Ducey slightly more.
Right, and now David Garcia doesn't have a chance.
Oh my God, it's the ice cream off in Arizona. Nobody saw it coming in the middle of the desert. Okay, I mean, how much do you have to hold your ice cream outside the window?
And John would go crazy there.
I was so sure it was gonna work.
You knew we were gonna bring it all the way back.
And can I admit something just because I'm feeling a little bit punchy too? So I was riding with my girlfriend. We were going to like a party, basically, like an Archer watching party. And as it's starting to melt in the car,
no, it never.
It's an awesome show.
How can a guy have a girlfriend and be going to an Archer watch?
Archer's a great show. Anyway, as it's starting to melt, I did what I think a lot of men have had to do in their lives, is know that they messed up but pretend that they don't understand it. So I started telling her, I don't understand why it's melting this fast, even though I knew that I had taken it out of the fridge like 45 minutes before we started driving there. Way too early.
Yeah.
And I never admitted that to her.
Right.
I thought we were gonna leave early, and then I don't know, I went on the computer or something.
The most curious part of this entire story is when you opened it by saying, Carvel cakes don't melt. It's been a half hour of melting stories since then.
A bunch melts off the side.
They don't melt.
No, but he knew that the essence of the story was how it was going to melt.
About melting. This was a melting story.
I mean, they don't melt entirely.
But why would you even bring that up when you're about to tell us about how it melted? It's everywhere.
It is important that people understand that this is an unnatural substance that does not abide by natural law.
That melts all over the car.
Okay, I'm gonna get a cookie puss. And I'm gonna film it.
Bring it. Uber.
Yeah, okay. I hope to God it's at an Archer viewing party. Okay, so the trick, Craig, yours is 4.91? 4.9, okay. We'll call it 4.91. So how does he have such a high score? Yeah. He sits in the front.
Oh.
I can't do
Does Skip sit in the front?
Skip, do you sit in the front?
No.
No. Okay. Oh,
how does Skip? The Skip thing is unbelievable.
The 4.95
sits in the back and he's at a 4.95.
It's unheard of. Okay, so you got a microphone there. Skip, what do you do? What do you do for those guys? Oh, I can't hear you. We can't hear you in here. Hold
on. I don't talk and I sit in the back.
Nope. Still can't hear you in here.
Oh, it's not.
So they like when you sit in the front?
Oh, here you go. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I sit in the back and I don't talk.
That's what John does.
That's it. You sit in the back and you don't talk.
That's it.
That's it.
I mean, if they say something to me, I'll talk to them. But like, yeah, I'm just very polite. And
this is
that was the least climactic secret.
It's unbelievable.
In the history of secrets.
Yeah. I just get in. I say thank you. Sit down. If they talk to me, I talk to them. And if they don't talk to me, I don't talk to them.
I'm still waiting for the story.
Yeah. There's nothing. It's a lot easier than you think.
Craig talks to every single one, and he's in the front. Now, I don't think the front is universally seen as the right place to sit. Like, I think that would split the vote.
My friends tell me it's weird.
Yeah, well, I think you're getting, like, some people, you're a 3 right off the bat, right? You have to work your way up to a 4 just by being in the front, and 4 is your ceiling. Like, you're never getting the 5th star.
Some people, he's apparently starting at a 6.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, that's
They're like, this guy's sitting next to me. I like this guy, man. Okay, my new favorite part of the whole night is Skip bothering to explain what it means to sit in the back and not say anything.
The gymnastics to get that mic and turn it on? We couldn't hear it. We're waiting. It's like,
no, but like if he just left it at no, I really don't say anything. That's it, right? That's fine. But he was like, no, I sit down, then don't say anything.
Which is basically what John said, and John is 2 points less than Skip.
At least I bring cake.
Yeah, that's true.
This guy's face is 2 points less than Skip's. Apparently, you're doing the same thing.
Yeah.
On face alone.
Unbelievable.